Good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday. Hello, Leslie. How are you today?
I'm doing well, Nancy. Good morning. How are you?
This is a good topic today because we're in the holiday season and this overwhelm. So I'm doing pretty good today. But certainly there are days that I start out very overwhelmed, right? And I love the Marie Forleo, statement like I don't do overwhelm. Decided a long time ago that I just don't use that word in my vocabulary. I just look at how can I get through these obstacles that I'm facing today, like and not use the word overwhelm. So I kind of like that. However, I love your take on overwhelm. It is not something that is or about work-life balance. It's not a destination. It's kind of like a constant journey. And you have a couple of analogies. So share them with
Well, it's
everyone.
like showering. Like, I would love to just shower once and be good for weeks and weeks and not have to worry about doing my hair over and over again. But that's not how it works. And I think there's this real myth that work life balance, time management, getting out of overwhelm is like you're going to do it and then you're going to be good forever. And that's
Yes.
just not how it is. It really is a daily intentional choices and course correcting. There's going to be days where you nail it and you feel great. There's going to be days where you feel like you got hit by a truck and you maybe not use the word overwhelm because I think there is a lot of, as you know, Nancy, a lot of power in our words and
Absolutely.
embracing overwhelm, you're already kind of sunk and getting past that is important. But this is something that is, it's like eating or showering. You just got to keep doing it every day. You cannot just stock up on it and be good for a long stretch of time. It does not work that way.
No, and it's as much as we teach the skills of managing an interior design firm in our Profit Insider program, our group program, there's always a lot of conversation about work-life balance, getting out of the pile of things to do, what to do first, what's most important, what's not, and then add their personal lives where sometimes like you have young kids. In my case, I have older kids. I have a dad I take care of. So there is always so much to balance as an entrepreneur that over the years, I've had some pretty solid stretches that I thought, oh, I did it. Like I have perfect work
Winner.
life balance. I made it. I finally figured it out. But then something happens and my work life balance goes off again. When I was younger and had kids your age and three kids who all needed medical attention, I remember my friends saying, like, how do you do this? I don't know how you do this. You run your own business and you manage these three kids. And I used to say I exercise every morning and I drink wine every night. And they used to laugh. But it was true. I'd have a glass of wine to help me wind down at night. I'm not advocating that. But the exercise was the most important piece, I feel like. You have that too, right?
Yeah, and I resist it because when I get busy, I feel like there's no time for this. I can't exercise. And I'll tell you, Nancy, one of my commitments for 2023, and I've started now because January 1st is not magic. If
Yes.
don't wait to start new habits, but I am challenging myself for the entire year to move my body for 5 minutes a day. I know that sounds really stupid. You're like, what's going to change in 5 minutes? If I cannot find 5 minutes to go for a walk or a jog on my street, to do some push ups, planks, crunches, just in place stuff, then I've got a bigger problem. And so for me, every night before bed, it's annoying because I forget about it. And then I'm like, oh, I want to go to sleep. But I promised myself, I get on my floor and I do. I mean, literally, it's about 4 or 5 minutes. It is very minimal. What's crazy is that I'm already feeling the impacts not only in my strength, but just in my energy. Like it sounds so stupid. Like there's no way.
It doesn't sound stupid because you know what you're actually doing. And this is another, kind of pet peeve of mine when people make a commitment and then they don't follow through on it, right? So you're exercising not only your body, you're exercising your mind
Yeah.
by making sure that when you've made a commitment, a true decision in your life, you're actually following through with it.
Yeah. Because I tried with exercise thing. I mean, originally it was I'm gonna go to the gym for an hour 3 times a week. No.
Yeah, no, that's
I
not.
like it doesn't and I get that. Like we've all got things, whether we're parents or not, whether we're taking care of aging parents or family members, or even, I mean, work alone is enough that it can really overwhelm things.
Yes.
So you're right. I mean, I'm also a fan of the occasional glass of wine, but I have to say the exercise, as annoying as it is to admit this, because I almost didn't want it to work, it's one of the biggest things that is helping me because it not only is that physical, I'm doing something, it's the emotional habit building, skill building, and just it helps your mindset so much
It
to
does.
move
It
just
clears
for
your
5
brain and
minutes.
allows you to think clearer, even a
Yes.
5-minute walk. I mean, without music, without podcasts,
Yeah.
without an
Scary for me.
audible book on tape, just your own brain in silence, doing 5 minutes, 10 minutes of walking, hiking, exercise, dancing, if you have to just, get your energy out is so helpful.
Mhm.
But it is the thing we probably avoid the most, or a lot of people do.
Yeah, because I think we think it has to be this big production to have an impact, and I'm learning firsthand, and I mean, this has been less than a month, but I've still done it. I have not missed a day since I decided to start
Good
doing
for
this, and
you.
there is a big difference in how I feel about my life and
Yes.
starting the day, and it
Yes.
matters to take care of your body as part of this.
It does matter. So we definitely highly recommend moving your body every day. A little bit of exercise, even if it's 5 minutes, 10 minutes, really important for the work-life balance, clear your brain and get that space you need for yourself. Number two, I always find it interesting that people forget to look at their personal life and how they can hire or gain some assistance and some help in their personal life. And this could be from your spouse, asking them to do 15 minutes of something a day that normally takes your time. I remember there was a time where 3 kids, 15 minutes a day. If you each did 15 minutes a day for me, or not for me, but for the household and things that have to get done, that saves me 45 minutes. And when I was running a business, raising kids, shuffling them around like a chauffeur, like a lot of people are currently in that stage, that 45 minutes felt like huge to me, that I could actually maybe enjoy a shower instead of rushing in and rushing out all the time.
Yep. And I think we also feel like hiring help means business, but it doesn't always mean hiring in your business. It might mean a meal service, someone to help clean, whatever that might be.
Yes.
And
Yes.
that's been so huge for me. And it can be like it's an internal shift to accept that help. It can often be hard to say yes and get into the mindset of allowing that support and help to help you have a better balance. And hiring in your business might be a great choice. Hiring at home may also be a great choice to help
Yeah.
take that off your plate and off your mind.
Absolutely. And getting a little bit more accepting of the fact that maybe you not making a fully, perfectly well balanced meal every single night. You're going, okay, 3 nights a week, I'm making a perfectly well balanced meal. The other 2 nights, we're taking a couple of shortcuts, but it's okay. Having someone work in the house, a little meal prep, a little shopping, having a shopping delivery service, deliver your groceries, like things like that, bringing your laundry into the laundromat, dropping it off, and
I
having
know
it
that's
come back.
your favorite.
One of my favorites, which I don't do anymore, but when I had 3 young kids, one of them was quarantined for 2 years because he had open heart surgery, and I couldn't leave the house. I was so overwhelmed and taking care of him and the other 2 kids and all their activities. I had someone come twice a week and just help with little things like food prep and tidying and laundry. But the biggest thing at one point when I didn't have any help in the house was just like that laundry for 5 people kept piling up and piling up. And I'm like, I can't get to it. Then just taking it in and bringing it in. So, not just hiring in your business for an assistant or a virtual assistant. I know a lot of the time management exercises that I even have focus on your business, but
Mhm.
your life and your business definitely work hand in hand. And if you are in that overwhelmed state or just feel like you can never get out of your own way, there's always a list of things to do that's locking you up. We're just asking you to think outside the box a little bit.
Yeah.
It's not always about hiring in your business. Sometimes it's about getting help from friends and family first, then possibly hiring for services in your personal life to in order to gain the traction in your business that you need and to eventually hire there. This is all talked about all the time in our group program, Profit Insiders. The reason is because we ask people to give us a kind of like a brain dump before the session. What's going on in your life? And a lot of times people are, as we are often, in that state of, oh my God, I have so much to do. What do I do first? So we talk a lot about that work-life balance. Almost every session, there's someone touching on the work-life balance, right? Someone who's struggling with something new. And what I love the most is when people raise their hand and give suggestions as to what they did to handle a specific situation. When I was younger, I had a girl across the street, Tiffany, still love her. She was 12 or no, was she 10 years old at the time? And for $2 an hour, I'm aging myself. She would come over and just sit with my newborn baby so I could spend time with my 2-year-old, or she'd spend time with both of them so I could take a shower, watch Oprah at the time, or whatever I wanted to do. Seriously, one day I was like, oh my God, I get to watch Oprah and like not be interrupted. So remember that when you're trying to balance and you're feeling overwhelmed, don't just look at your business on how you can improve that, which is certainly a ton of what we teach all the time, every single day. But there's also things in your personal life that you can do that can help you as well. So the specifics we talked about today was hiring to get your food shopping delivered, hiring possibly for a little food prep, taking it easy on perfect dinners every single night can sometimes help you out, sending your laundry out for assistance, getting family and friends to help you, exercise, take your downtime. I do 15 minutes of meditation every single day by myself in a room, door shut, just relaxing. That also helps me get out of that state of, oh my God, look at this day ahead of me. How am I going to get it all done? Right? Any other tips we missed?
I think for me, having something to look forward to helps. Like if I have even like literally this weekend, I'm going away just for a couple nights by myself to a hotel, go to a spa. It's 2 nights. It's not a huge impact on the family or the finances, but it's enough to have a little bit of a break and for the weeks leading up to it to help me be in a better headspace, to help me to have something to look forward to. Because it's so
Yes.
easy to kind of get like weighed down by the stuff and the daily life and the grind. And I found having something ahead really helps. I don't know, it helps me just be in a better place.
I actually love that idea. Something to look forward to. It could be a vacation. It could be a class you're taking. That's just one, like there's cooking classes going on in my town right now. And I'm like, oh my God, that would be fun to just go and do a cooking class just to get that balance in my life.
Yes.
We find that a lot of people get stuck behind their computers and never leave their house. And I think it's happening even more often because of COVID, and we got used to not seeing people. Certainly happening to me. I am hunkering down and I'm still hunkering down. So I love the fact that you're getting out. You have something to look forward to. I'm always looking to have my next thing to what I can look forward to. It's important. So if anyone is struggling with the work-life balance, which you're going to be at times. Everyone does, us included. And we're always trying new things to get that balance for today, not yesterday, not worrying about tomorrow so much. Just where's my balance today? So, anything today that you're doing that's helping you?
Well, actually, what's funny is I'm having the opposite problem today. Don't say I'm not overwhelmed, but I have one big project to focus on, and I'm just trying to get myself into that headspace and not let myself get distracted by the stack of Christmas presents over there that I need to mail and buy, this up. So even on a lighter work day, I think there's always a lot on our minds just as humans dealing with the world. So I know for me, my best days start when I take pen and paper. Like I'm a calendar girl online, don't get me wrong, but pen to paper. What are my 3 big MVPs, my most valuable priorities for the day? What
Yep.
other tasks do I have to do? And yes, they're all in Asana, they're digital, but I'm telling you, there's power of just like focusing, pen on paper. When I start my day like that, without fail, I have a way better day. And for some
Yes.
reason, I resist it because I feel overwhelmed and I need to dive right into work and I don't have time to sit back and plan. That 5 minutes, 10 minutes of planning works wonders for sorting out the jumble in here, giving it a logical order, and helping you focus on priorities. And Nancy, that's one thing that you do in the business helpline as part of the Profit Insiders, which I love, is if someone's struggling, you're like, okay, read me your list of the 10 things you have to do today. I'll pick the one that you need to start on. And the
Mhm.
feedback we get from that, like it doesn't seem like a big thing,
I
but
know.
just being able to dump it out, pick one, focus, and go completely changes what happens after that as well.
Yes. Yes. I'm going to definitely pull the clip from Jill yesterday's. We're on the 23rd session of a 24 session group. And one of the participants said, like, I didn't even know I needed this group. Now we're talking, she's been in my program for a year and she is rocking and rolling. And she's like, I just remember that first meeting with you where I met with you and you're like, you need this program. And she didn't even know she needed it. And now she is making so much more money than she ever made before. And yes, is she still occasionally in overwhelm? Yeah, because she's in growth mode for her business. And that's where overwhelm tends to be the most prevalent, is in the growth mode. But there's certainly things you can do to slow yourself down, slow your brain down in order to speed up your progress.
Yes.
Don't try to do everything overnight. Like you said, on the business helpline, the Voxer support, the walkie-talkie app that all my clients get, they can literally tell me, I have these 10 things to do. I don't know what to do first. And when I tell them, here's your first one, message me when you're done, get me your next one. It's amazing just having like that business partner, which is kind of what I call myself, helps them focus. So what are your things today, Lesley, that you have to focus on?
I have to start plans and elevations for a kitchen remodel project. I have a little networking thing to go to later this afternoon. I have stuff to do for your business on the back end. So just trying to figure out where to start.
Well, yeah, the one you're avoiding the most, which is probably the elevations and the drawings, I would just say.
How did you know?
Because I just know that's like the creative.
I put it off yesterday too.
Yeah. So you know what I always say? Set your timer for 45 minutes. Don't let yourself get distracted. Get as far as you can in 45 minutes, then jump into something else and then go back if you need more time, right? So at least you get that little break in between, and Voxer me when you're done. 45-minute thing. No, seriously, it really does help to make your lists. I always have a shopping list in the kitchen. I have a business list on my desk, and I'm like you, I have my calendar, and we have Asana and Trello and all our task tracking. But still, what's in here gets dumped out on paper in the morning, like you. So then I can go, oh, okay, these are the top 3 priorities. These I can reassign sometimes to other people. These I don't need to do till tomorrow. Let me focus on the one I'm trying to avoid the most first. That's part of the key. Whatever you're trying to avoid, go do it. Not the key pricing model thing, but the key to managing your day. So, all right, everyone, if you have any great work-life balance tips, throw them underneath in the comments. Let's all help each other, because this is not a destination of, I have the perfect work-life balance. It's usually always ebbing and flowing and trying new things. So let's help each other out and give some tips below. And if you want to have a group of people who support you throughout the year to get your business to a whole new level, if you're not making over 100,000 being an interior designer, or you're making 100,000 and you want to go to 200,000, then let's get you in this program and get you the progress that you need over 2023. It's kind of like, it's sad to me when I see people sitting in overwhelm for so long and they don't get help. It's amazing how even in one session, it flips the switch, because now they feel supported. And that's half the battle sometimes. Right?
I find it's those little 1% tweaks, changes, improvements that have the biggest impact. It's nothing's going to completely transform overnight, but you're just going to feel that little bit better, have a bit more control, or feel a bit more ahead of something. And it changes everything to make those little shifts in your mindset and in your day, and just how you work through this feeling of overwhelm.
Absolutely. So we're in early registration for Profit Insiders. It's literally not even fully open yet. Anyone who applies is applying as an early registrant, and we'll get on my calendar for a quick 20-minute chat. And there are bonuses for early registrants. We already have one person in the new group.
I know. It's going to be a good group.
It's unbelievable. And there's a second person who's really very interested. So we try to keep it small yet hearty, so that everyone can help each other. If you need to apply, I put the link below, or go to my website, nancyganzacoffer.com. Don't miss out on the early bonuses, please, because I know that when people go, well, I meant to apply and I didn't apply, I'm like, I'm sorry, the other people already got the bonuses. So do it now. Don't hesitate. It's a short application. If you're struggling, get the help. This is the year. So, all right, Lesley, thank you so much. And I will talk to you later, or see you tomorrow.
Bye, everyone.
Okay. Bye, everyone. Have a great Thursday.